Angel Reese spoke to the media.
Caitlin Clark is box office. She is a star. If Angel Reese was older, I would have gotten on her about what she just said. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be? But she is young. It's only 22.
The Fever have a new coach in Stephanie White, and Angel Reese is throwing a temper tantrum yet again. Why is this even a surprise at this point?
Clark's transformation of the Fever into the best offensive team, the best passing team, and the number 6 seed for the playoffs tells the whole story.
But let's go back a bit. Stephanie White, a previous head coach of the Indiana Fever, has officially been named the head coach again.
For me and Camille, this is the most we've ever lost in our life. I only lost 7 games in my last 2 years at LSU. So, it's been hard for me. But adjusting and just kind of have that mindset of, just moving on has been something I try to give myself a little bit of grace.
But you've known they were coming for you when you were waving your hands in your face to mock Caitlin Clark when you were beating her for the national championship.
One of the main reasons White may have chosen the Fever and Caitlin Clark over a potential opportunity with Reese and the Sky is the differences between Clark and Reese themselves. Clark's reputation is built on her undeniable talent, her work ethic, and her intense focus on the game.
Angel Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is when she's on the basketball floor. Plain and simple.
While she's garnered attention for her play, Clark has avoided some of the drama that surrounds Reese's career. Angel Reese, on the other hand, is known for her charisma and outspoken nature, but she's also been involved in public feuds, controversies, and what some describe as unnecessary drama.
And most of it is just related to attitude. Cut out the whining, cut out all the energy you're giving the rest.
Now several WNBA stars, black and white, have criticized their commissioner for not properly condemning the Angel versus Caitlin racial hate they've seen on their social media.
For a coach like White, who's looking to build a long-term, high-performing team, Clark might simply be the better fit. She's viewed as a player who lets her game do the talking. By choosing the Fever, White has made a clear statement. She wants a team built on skill, consistency, and focus, rather than media spectacles and off-court distractions. For Angel Reese, watching White focus on building a super team in Indiana must be frustrating.
The WNBA's black superstars should thank their lucky stars. For the record ratings Caitlin Clark is detonating, even if new fans are mostly white fans. It doesn't matter what color eyeballs are.
She had ambitions of building the same level of talent in Chicago, and now she's seeing that vision play out in Indiana instead. Reese's frustration is understandable. Seeing the Fever become the center of attention when she feels the Sky deserves the spotlight.
At different points, you think back and you're like, man, that was pretty cool.
The WNBA has been striving to grow its fan base and boost viewership, and this rivalry between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark could be exactly what the league needs. With White's coaching expertise and Clark's undeniable star power, the Fever are becoming one of the most talked about teams in the league.
Clark is just at the epitome of the intersection of social media, of pop culture, and fan engagement in a way that we've never seen, and she's moving the needle forward for all athletes.
Making it even more essential for the Fever and White to build a team environment that keeps her invested. If they fail to capitalize on this moment, the WNBA risks losing some of its brightest talent to international leagues or other opportunities. Meanwhile, Reese knows that her own status in the league is tied to this rivalry as well.
But we just have to understand that when a transformational figure enters the fray, you got to pause and then isolate and compartmentalize and give them the love that they're due. And in this case, it belongs to Caitlin Clark.
She's aware that her name being mentioned alongside Clark helps build her personal brand. But it's clear she doesn't want to play second fiddle. If there's one thing Angel Reese is known for, it's her confidence. She's not shying away from this rivalry. According to sources, Reese has been telling teammates, friends, and even some media outlets that the Chicago Sky will crush the Fever next season. This kind of bold prediction is classic Reese. She thrives on competition, and she's always ready to challenge anyone standing in her way. But will Reese's words turn into actions? White's experience as a coach, combined with Clark's relentless work ethic, makes the Fever a formidable opponent. Reese's comments might fire up the Sky, but it also puts a spotlight on her performance. Now, every game between the Sky and the Fever will have fans wondering if Reese's predictions will come true, or if she'll end up eating her words.
Attention, her notoriety is based off Caitlin Clark. Because she wins the national title, first thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Then she's played off of that. Even Caitlin Clark getting knocked down in that game on Saturday, who's standing up applauding but Angel Reese?
This rivalry isn't just about a regular season matchup anymore. It's about pride, ambition, and proving who really has what it takes to reach the top of the WNBA. Reese's words are bold, but White and Clark are building something that might just surprise everyone next season. Stephanie White's return to Indiana Fever, her choice to build a team around Caitlin Clark, and Angel Reese's reaction are setting the stage for one of the most intense rivalries the WNBA has ever seen. White's vision of a super team and Reese's bold words are adding fuel to the fire, and fans are ready to see these teams clash. Will White's leadership bring the Fever to the top? Or will Reese's Chicago Sky truly crush Indiana next season? Clark's skills, fan appeal, and magnetic personality are creating a buzz that's unlike anything we've seen in years for the Fever.
This is a phenomenon. Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon.
Fever fans are celebrating Stephanie White's return. Angel Reese from the Chicago Sky reportedly has some serious issues with the decision. Reese, a fiery competitor known for her confidence and sometimes blunt opinions, apparently feels slighted by White's choice to return to Indiana. According to insiders, Reese was hoping White would consider joining the Sky instead, helping to propel her team to WNBA dominance.
Angel Reese is an elite rebounder whose rebounding has not made Chicago a better team. Caitlin Clark is an elite basketball player who has made the Fever significantly better.
Instead, White's focus on building a super team around Clark seems to have sparked jealousy and frustration for Reese. Sources close to Reese say she's thrown shade at White's choice, calling it a major mistake. Reese has always been vocal about her ambitions and desire to bring the Chicago Sky to the top. For her, White's decision seems like a betrayal of her vision. When comparing the impact Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese bring to their respective teams, the stats make one thing clear. Clark's influence has been a game changer for the WNBA's viewership and popularity. Since joining the Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark has consistently led in attendance numbers, drawing crowds not just at home but on the road as well. The Fever's attendance jumped nearly 40% since her arrival, and her games have brought in an average of 1.8 million viewers, a staggering number compared to typical WNBA viewership. This spike in ratings shows that fans are tuning in specifically to watch Clark play, making her one of the most valuable assets in the league. On the other hand, while Angel Reese has a strong following, her impact on ticket sales and viewership hasn't reached the same level. Reese's presence with the Chicago Sky has brought energy and excitement, but it's Clark who's consistently driving higher attendance, engagement on social media, and merchandise sales. According to recent reports, Clark's jersey is currently the best-selling item for the WNBA, and sponsorship interest around her alone has increased by over 150% since her debut. These numbers emphasize why Stephanie White's choice to return to the Fever and work with Clark might be more than just a coaching decision. It's a strategic move for the future of the franchise. Ultimately, in a league that's been striving to expand its fan base and increase visibility, Clark's influence on ratings and ticket sales presents a unique opportunity.
Caitlin Clark is box office. She is a star.
Choosing Clark over Reese could be the tipping point for White, as she aims to establish a lasting legacy with the Fever while attracting more sponsors, fans, and future talent.
How I wanted to be as a coach, how I wanted to communicate as a coach, what it takes to be successful. You certainly learn a lot about that. To be recruited by Lynn Dunn and to play for her in college and then to work with her as a colleague. I learned more in 4 years working with her than I have learned in my entire career.
We're going to the rim. We're not fighting frame. Everything is attacking.
Look, Angel Reese, there's nothing that she does where you go, did you see her? Other than she plays really, really hard, and I liken her game to Moses Malone. Moses Malone was relentless. So it's not that I don't appreciate who she is or how she plays. There is no one like Caitlin Clark in the history of the WNBA.